Amazing! Gracious!
Another person's passport Toy Story.
Yay! Amazing! Gracious!
Another person's passport Toy Story.
Yay!
Hello, what's up guys? My name is Percy and I'm the Guinness World Record holder for the largest collection of fast food toys. Yeah, baby! So how you doing guys? I'm here once again to tell you another amazing and stupendous and inspiring Percy's Fast Food Toy Story, and boy have I got it toy for you. So the toy for today is from ta-da! Jolly Kitty Meal. Okay, so this is the nifty Jolly Kitty Meal, which is somewhat similar, or not really similar, but they're basically made of the same material like the Happy Meal boxes. But instead of the Happy Meal box, we have the face or the contents of Jollibee greeting you with a smile. Okay, so apparently Jollibee has come up with a new set of toys for this month of July in consonance, or in what's that? Today's Olympic. What I'm trying to say is this month is actually Olympics month. It started last July 23, and still the excitement intensifies because of all these different events that are going on despite the pandemic. Okay, but I'm particularly surprised at how much length Japan did. In order to ensure that the Olympics would be COVID-free, that the contamination or infections would be prohibited despite this, this obviously big event, big worldwide event. Okay, I think the audience were cut down to the minimum. Not everyone will get a chance to actually see the competitions live, which is just as well. Well, we can basically watch them on television or on TikToks. Actually, some of those highlights in the Olympics. I've been frequenting TikToks with all these hilarious vignettes about what's going on in the Olympics, and some of the athletes are actually showcasing some of the weird arrangements that they have during the Olympics. Like, for example, they do have beds made out of cardboard. Imagine that, cardboards that can actually carry you with this comfortable mattress. I think it's just about the most environmental friendly bed frame, or the bed. The bed frame is actually made of really sturdy cardboard, and once the Olympics is over, so they can basically throw them in garbage, and this is biodegradable. Cardboard is basically biodegradable. In a month's time it will be recycled, or it can actually disintegrate in the environment. Okay, now for today, like I said, we have the Jolly Kitty Meal, and I got the spaghetti meal because I noticed that they also have a different packaging for the spaghetti, Jolly Spaghetti. Before, all the packages were actually colored brown, or some sort of manila paper. It kind of looks like manila paper, and it's brown, and it looks very very much recycled. But this one is actually colored white, so that we can see so much more elaborately the design, as well as the very jolly face of Jollibee. Okay, bida ang saya. But if you take a look at the inside, I think it's also made of recycled paper, which is something that is quite admirable with Jollibee, because they tried to do away with plastic styrofoam containers as the packaging once was. I think the hardest to how do you call that? I don't think styrofoam is actually biodegradable, so it stays there as a trash, as an eyesore in the environment, which is kind of sad. So I'm glad that they took the step to actually up their game. They avoided as much as possible to use plastic disposable items, just like paper, maybe plastic spoon. Oh, they're still using the plastic spoons and fork, but the styrofoam containers, styrofoam paper cups are actually a thing of the past, which is something that I'm glad. But I do believe I was able to actually keep at least one of those kind of packagings, just as a memento of how the packaging were before before, when they were still not yet environmentally conscious. Okay, now let's get on with the toy. So this is the Jolly Kid meal, and it's easy to open. So we simply pull the flap here. And then inside, the linings of the Jolly Kid meal are actually fun games that you can play with your kids or with your playmates. There's this Jolly Finger Twister, we have Maze, we have, what's that, Spot the Difference. We do create a die here, some sort of die, so that you can actually use in your games. That required a die. Okay, now let's get on with the toy. Ta-da-da-da. So this is our toy, and it is Jollibee. So these set of toys are called what's it? Jollympics. Yeah. So yeah, as a homage to the Olympics that is currently going on in Tokyo, Japan, Jollibee made this specially made toys, yeah, just to induce the excitement even more, to make it so much more riveting or exhilarating, if I may do say so myself. Okay, let's open it up. I always forget my sister. Anyway, so we have here, and we have here a depiction of Jollibee in one of those exciting games in the Olympics, and it is cycling. I love cycling. I love bicycling. I'm not really an athlete of professional bicycle, but I do love bicycling, especially when I just roam around the neighborhood and sometimes go to far out places in the rural area, where there are a lot of farmlands, and it's so pristine. You can feel the freshness of the breeze, and it's such a breath of fresh air. I would say, I mean, literally, it's a breath of fresh air. Okay, so this is it. Look at Jollibee looking very spiffy with his blue bike, mountain bike, I suppose, and it has a stand there. Okay, so how do we go about it? So we simply put it in a stand, and the wheels are actually turning, but there are no mechanisms to actually make the wheels move on their own. So you simply have to put it like this in order to. Okay, do we have a surface? Okay, let's just use this. Let's say this is the surface, and we can actually move Jollibee from one place to another without falling down. It appears that he has this two wheels, and it's not toppling down, but if we take a look closely, there are actually the training wheels on the side, so that it will actually stand on its own, while making it appear that he is riding on a bicycle. This is a neat, wonderful toy. Okay, I think Jollibee is in for an Olympic gold or silver or bronze or whatever. I mean, if he really works hard, in the training, he will inevitably get that much coveted Olympic gold. Would it be nice to be there, standing at the podium, receiving either a gold or silver or bronze? Yeah, that's wonderful. It's actually quite a pride, not only to yourself, but to the home country that you are actually representing. So we have a lot of Filipino Olympic participants, athletes that are there competing their hearts out in the Tokyo Olympics, and I am really rooting for them. I hope even at least one or two or maybe all of them will be able to bring home the bacon, so to speak. And by bacon I mean the Olympic gold or silver or bronze. Okay, so this is it. So here's Jollibee rooting for all the Filipino athletes, who are working their hardest at the Tokyo Olympics, and we're praying and we're keeping our fingers crossed that you will indeed bring an Olympic medal. Okay, now I gotta say, let's give it a 360-degree turn just to look at the very, very athletic Jollibee. Look at the rip and the wings. This is so great. It's so cute. Look at Jollibee. I like his smile. Do I look like Jollibee with a smile? Okay, now I gotta say that this is just an amazing grace. So once again, guys, let's try to be thankful to God for all the amazing grace that come to our lives, getting to form this Jollibee cycling in the Olympics toy. Such a wonderful toy and a great addition to my Percy's Fast Food toy collection. Or basically, guys, let's be thankful to God, my best friend. I love you. Yeah, be thankful for every amazing grace, be they small or big, be they seemingly insignificant or the truly eventful ones, just like the Olympics. Just about every amazing grace, or just about every amazing grace that make our lives a lot more happy and jolly. And I would like to thank all the new subscribers to our vlogs, to Percy's Fast Food Toy Story. I hope you do invite your other friends to also subscribe, because we still have a lot more, and I mean a lot more, Percy's Fast Food Toy Stories up my sleeves. Okay, so until the next one, bye bye, and see you around, guys. Here, Jollibee, baby, you can drive my ride around my bicycle.